The Cleveland Cavaliers have done a great job so far this offseason, and for the lack of money and assets outside of the starting lineup, Koby Altman has been able to work his magic and brought in some much needed shooting. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down what the Cavs have done so far this offseason and how it can help them get over the hump. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. I'm on the road to 20k subscribers, and we are just growing super fast right now. Alright, so getting right into things, the first move the Cavs made this offseason was re-signing Caris Levert to a 2-year contract extension, and I think everyone expected this to happen because he's a solid bench piece and really was the best player in the playoffs at the end of last season. I definitely was very critical of this guy throughout the year, but at the end of the day, I'm not mad that we re-signed him, and he has a very tradable contract. Moving on, the next move Koby made was signing Nyang to a 3-year deal from the 76ers. I kinda think the Cavs slightly overpaid on this one, but they needed shooting badly, and that's what he does, so I'm happy they filled a need even though he has some pretty bad defense. Nyang has shot around 40% from behind the arc the last few years, and he can be huge by not letting defenses crash every time that Mitchell drives for the 10 to 15 minutes a game that he will be on the court. Alright. Now moving on to the biggest move the Cavs made that everyone is talking about, they brought in Truce from the Heat in a sign and trade and sent Lamar Stevens and the one and only Koby Altman to the Spurs. I'm definitely sad to see those two go, but for Jetty, it was time, and even though Truce was definitely a hefty price, he is the type of guy that this team desperately needed last season. And I'm not at all saying that Truce is going to come here and immediately fix everything, but if he can play 25 to 30 minutes a game and shoot close to 40% from behind the arc, then that's really going to open up this offense for Garland and Mitchell, and even for the bigs. I know everyone loves to mention how bad Truce was in the finals, but overall, he played really well in the postseason, and being completely honest, this Cavs team is nowhere near ready to make the finals quite yet, unless Evan Mobley takes an insane leap, so I don't think it's that big of the deal, and it's not something we need to look into. Anyways, those were the two big moves that Koby Altman made this offseason, but there were also a few more that I need to talk about in Ty Jerome and Damian Jones. In terms of Jerome, he's a guy who can sort of take on the Ricky Rubio role, with Rubio getting a little too old to play, and Damian Jones is just a big body that can maybe be used if Mobley and Allen are getting bullied around like they were in the Knicks series. Basically, he is just an upgrade from Robin Lopez. And also, in case you didn't know, Jerome and Spida go way back and have a picture together as kids. Overall, I think Koby Altman did a pretty good job of addressing the needs of this team this offseason with the little assets he had to work with, and I think the offense is going to be able to open up and play free so much more now that they have above average shooting. I know the end of last season was super disappointing and unexpected, but people definitely did a lot of overreacting, and everyone was forgetting how young this team is in terms of the grand scheme of things. You gotta give Mobley time to get stronger, and I feel like Mitchell and Garland just never were able to work together as one unit, and they were hindering each other's production. So this year, I hope they can figure out how to help each other, because that will go a long way. That's really all I have to say for this video. Let me know in the comments below what you guys have thought of this offseason, and if you think the Cavs are ready to be contenders in 2023. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point in the video, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, make sure to drop a like and subscribe because your support truly means the world. With Summer League already starting up, the NBA season is going to be here before we know it, so make sure to stay tuned for tons of future content, and until next time, I will see you all later.